Welcome to True Vine Talks with Rachel and Linda. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about reintegrating back into society after COVID. I'm exhausted thinking about it.
Yeah.
I know it's
But so ready.
I'm so ready for life to get back to normal, whatever normal was.
Right. I think we've forgotten at this point. It's been so long. 2 months.
Yeah. So, what do you do mentally when you have completely changed your entire lifestyle? I mean, we have, Rachel and I were just talking about, we have went from fast pace, from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed. Our hours are full. If that's driving to work, dropping kids off to school, driving into work, getting off work, going to the school activities, basketball games, baseball, cheerleading, come back home, throw in some dinner, and then go to bed. I mean, yeah,
Go, go, go constantly.
to everything just stopped. March 13th, I believe, of
Hmm
2020. That our official stay-at-home order in
I
West
think
Virginia.
so.
Yeah, I don't know what if someone from another state's listening. I don't know what your date was. So Rachel, what's that been like for you? Just like slowing down like this, like the change.
Yeah, it's definitely been hard, and I've had to remind myself not to have the same expectations now that I had when things were normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So how do we help people? Like everyone is going to have their own opinion um, about, I know a lot of people are griping because Georgia was opening up the barber shops and all these things a week ago, and people are arguing you should wear masks, not wear masks. I mean, there's just all these things, and everyone has an opinion. So for you, you just got to do what feels right for you. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. Be
staying,
attuned to how you're feeling. Sorry, we keep talking at the same time.
Rachel and I are always in when we're together, we just know. But right now, it's hard to tell on Zoom.
Yeah, go for it, Linda. You're doing
No,
great.
you go.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna echo what you were saying. Like, try to be attuned to how you're feeling. If you're getting overwhelmed and anxious, it's okay to continue to stay at home a little longer. If you're ready to get back out there, and they say it's safe, go for it.
Yeah, very true. So, so if I feel comfortable going to the local park and staying 6 feet away from people and walking, go. If you feel comfortable going to your local hairstylist and having them do your hair, go. You know, if you feel more comfortable, like you just said, Rachel, staying at home for another 2 to 3 weeks, that's great. Do that too. Do what you feel like is best for your health and your family.
Yeah.
And everyone's different. Some people might have underlying conditions, diabetes, asthma, those types of things to where they don't want to be exposed. And that's okay. We have, this pandemic has been really tremendous on our own mental health for everybody. So,
Yes.
yeah, had a
Yeah.
huge impact. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Yeah. And just remember that, like, when we're talking about everyone having a different opinion, an opinion is not fact. So I know it's really, really hard, but try not to judge people if they feel a different way than what you're feeling. Because we don't know if someone who's been cooped up at home for 2 months has been suffering from horrible depression and they thrive around big groups of people and they have been just screaming and wanting to get out of their house this whole time.
Very well stated. Yeah. So sometimes people that battle depression or have trauma in their life, having structure and a daily routine helps them cope.
Yeah.
So they may be struggling more than someone who loves being alone and just has done great being setting their own pace and schedule. We're all different in that. So good point, Rachel. So today, we just want our listeners to know that reintegrating is, going to be on your own personal judgment. That's all it is. It's not what they think you should do, what she thinks you should do. It's what you feel comfortable for you now that they're opening things back up. Number 2.
Oh, yeah. Understand that you're gonna experience some anxiety being back around people. It's been really weird. Everyone's wearing a mask, they have gloves on, trying to stay as far away as we can, at least 6 feet. To go to the grocery store and seeing like a bunch of people not wearing masks or gloves and standing in line real close to each other like we used to do might feel weird. We've gotten used to this now.
Yeah, and you're gonna find yourself asking what if in your mind. You're like, what if this person has COVID? What if someone with COVID touched this bag of cereal? Or what if someone that sprayed that apple over there had COVID? And what if, you're going to do a lot of what ifing, not because not because, you might have always had anxiety, but the pandemic is the trigger for feeling on edge. Like, am I safe? So, yeah. So having this edgy feeling when you do go out, that's going to be pretty normal for a while. And expecting yourself to be feeling the way you used to feel when you're out there, it's not going to be that.
I think lots of people are going to be much more aware of germs
Mm-hmm.
and spreading. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, when I come home, I got to wash my hands. I'm going to maybe take a shower if I feel like I need to. Just, it's a lot of extra work that we're having to do to protect self and others. And it's so worth it. And it's still very taxing on your mind and your body. So understanding that this is very taxing on you. It's not something you're just going to be able to just shake it off. Like that
Right.
song, we're not going to be able to just shake this off. It's not just going to be shaken off. We're all have been traumatized from the pandemic. So you're going to have triggering experiences while you're out there.
Yeah. Someone sneezes or coughs. We're going to be like, it's back.
Is that allergies? That's not allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, yeah, it's going to be tough. And the tension will be high between you and just people you don't know, because you've been with the same people for, did we say 2 months? It's been March 13th.
Almost 2 months. Yeah.
So if everybody in your house is healthy. So when you go out there, it's like, oh, So you'll be noticing yourself being a little guarded, maybe a little grouchy out there. So have some self-compassion, when you're out there. Oh my gosh, I'm having anxiety, and I just, I'm feeling on edge right now, but that's okay because I've been through a lot, and so have they. The people you're going to be seeing, they've been through a lot too. Yeah. Is that helpful?
Yeah. Learn to, in all situations, learn to speak to yourself like you're talking to someone you love.
Ooh, I like that, Rachel. Yeah, that's good. It's okay that you're feeling nervous, Linda. It's okay, Rachel, that you're feeling scared. Of course, you don't want to get sick. Makes sense that you're
Yeah.
feeling this way. Soothing yourself with that soft, slow voice.
So
Yeah.
much more calming. Yeah. But what we tend to say to ourselves instead is, oh my gosh, suck it up and get over it. It's not a big deal. I would never say that to someone I love.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Look at Grant. Get over it.
What's the
You
big
got,
deal?
yeah,
Don't
you
be
got
dramatic.
a little cough. Get over it. No. Oh, yes, you miss your friends. Yes, this is hard. I want you to be able to have fun. I want you to have a good time, Rachel. I want you to go on vacation. Yeah. So you want to talk to yourself in a loving way, compassionate way. So that's very helpful. Good job. The other part is taking it slow, be patient with yourself. So like for me, and I'm self-disclosing here to my listeners, I've been allowing my husband to be the protector because he's a protector of the house, and I've allowed him to go risk it and go to the grocery store. I mean, how nice am I to do that? Jolie, you go risk it, okay? I'll just stand back and take the food. Yeah. So for me, going back and reintegrating, which is what we're talking about, into society post pandemic, which it's not post yet, by the way, it's still happening, is oh my goodness, I'm going to go into the store, but I'm going to go slowly. I'm going to wear a mask. I'm going to be mindful of my surroundings, and I'm just going to get a few things, and I'm going to rush out. That'll be my first integrating into society as a normal person. So, yeah, taking it slow. What else might that look like for someone who's been quarantining themselves or keeping distance? I mean, what are some other things? Taking it slow. I don't know what that will look like.
I have a concern that a lot of people, we tend to have high expectations for ourselves. And I think a lot of people are going to expect themselves to jump right back into working, 8 or more hours a day and coming home and getting dinner cooked. And that's going to, cleaning the house and running the kids here and there. That's going to be exhausting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was exhausting before, and it will feel 3 times more exhausting the first time you do it because you haven't done it in so long. We're going to be rusty.
You're right. That is so true. And that's what we talked about earlier is the fast pace that we were going into, um, getting up, getting in the car, driving, getting to work, getting people here and there. I mean, our lives were just so packed. I mean, it was just from daylight to dawn. Is it nighttime? Daylight to
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There's a dawn.
From dawn to dusk.
From dawn to dusk. Thank you. My words here. Yeah, I mean, it's just so now it's like we were forced into slowing down our pace. More time to just do and be still.
Yeah. We turned that everyday dial like way down.
Yes.
And so
So
we're going to have a slow, gradual turning it back up, not just zoop, normal.
very good. So yeah, imagine if you're listening or watching us, imagine the dial, because when you're listening to something, song, you don't just go whoop like that. You
Right.
slowly see what the volume feels like for you. And that's what we want you to do mentally when you reintegrate back into the societal normal. Um,
Yeah.
I like that, Rachel. Just sort of slowly moving the dial back up because you can't rev it back up because your body, it's, I mean, the homeostasis you're feeling now is different than the homeostasis you'll feel when you're back in the grind. For some, this has been positive. For some, it's been challenging to be home with kids and required to do
Yeah.
schoolwork, housework, and their job all at home. That's a lot to ask of people. It's a
It
lot. That's
is.
why it takes a village to raise children. It does. Truly, it
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that analogy was helpful to our listeners or what our viewers.
Yeah, I know. We have viewers now.
I know. Don't look at my hair, okay? Quarantine hair. Um, so we're slowing it down. Oh yes, Rachel brought up a good point. Number 4, when you're out there, what is that going to feel like? And she said it's going to feel weird. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not just gonna like wake up one day and everything's back to normal, right? Like it's gonna be gradual.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel weird at first.
Yeah, awkward, when you're in the store or you're at the Home Depot getting plants and someone leans down to get a plant, you're going to be like, I'm not going to get that plant. They coughed, or, you're just going to feel weird, this weird sense of, I got to protect myself, but I don't know what that looks like in here in this different environment.
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time you drove your car?
For me,
Yeah.
so I did go to a forest this weekend since they lightened it up close to
Awesome.
the house. Yes.
Yeah. Was it weird? I went like 2 weeks without driving, and when I got in my car to go to the grocery store, I was like, this feels weird.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I went on a couple of drives, just keeping myself. I don't want to forget how to drive.
Occupied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to forget how to
Lots
drive.
of people have done that.
Yeah, just and change of scenery is good for the mood and the mind, and but it is going to feel weird going back, and just allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, which is what Rachel has been saying in, I think, a couple of our last podcasts. So good, Rachel. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. And like Dan Siegel talks about, name it attainment. This feels odd. When you
That's really strange. I haven't driven in 2 or 3 weeks. Do I
yeah,
remember how?
everyone's wearing a mask. This seems weird. I can't see. And for us, we're always reading people's affect, the body language. It's going to be hard to know how to read people right now. You know,
Yeah.
because that mask, it does cover up a lot of your facial expressions, and that's going to be odd for people when they go out and they see everyone in mask and they're in a mask and you can't breathe as well in a mask. I can't. It's not. I try to run with it, around my neighborhood, and I just, I mean, I watched to see if people were 6 feet away, and then I would just take it off because it is very hard to breathe in those and work out. So, so yeah, it's just a different experience. So I like what we've covered today. Is there anything else you think would be helpful for our listener or viewers to hear
Um,
about reintegrating?
I guess just reiterating what we've been saying, and that, it's okay to feel anxious, it's okay to feel scared, it's okay if you're none of those things. Everyone's experience is different.
Very much so. And be patient with yourself and have compassion for your fellow man and woman. You don't know what they're experiencing. So, yeah, this was a good podcast for today, talking about because they're phasing us back into society. So, so if you guys are struggling with depression or anxiety, um, Rachel most certainly is still accepting new clients, right, Rachel?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
And so we are still doing telehealth um, until we're ready to come back out and do the whole face to face again. But we'll let people know that when that time comes. So, and we appreciate you so much for listening to us today. Bye.
Bye.